We're moving, we're vibing. While we're talking, you can get your laugh on. Watch the channel of a video. Subscribe, like and follow. Chillin' with the girls, with the girls. Girls, with the girls, chilling with the girls.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Chillin with the Girls. Woohoo!
Good evening and greetings to everybody. Tonight we are going to be talking about the Walk-a-Thon that we are going to have in October to encourage our young men and young women who are graduating high school. And we want to support as many as possible. But we're going to need you to help us. And I know you love the young people. You know why? You used to be one yourself. Just joking. You still young. Anyhow. I know we pray for our young people all the time, but we're going to add something else with that prayer. With that prayer, you know what happened? The Lord downloaded into some of us the idea to have a walk-a-thon, to help our boys and girls, to encourage them. And we did some work. We looked on the internet, and we found that how and why walk-a-thons are so good.
Oh, wow. Okay.
It's not just for raising money, which is actually a way to get money.
Yeah.
It helps us make friends. You meet people. When you
network.
There you go.
Yeah, network. Thank you.
Right.
And it's healthy.
Mm-hmm.
It's healthy to walk, and you exercise, and you're having fun.
Right.
So I have fun down here because you're laughing, you're talking and communicating.
Right.
And you have, it's like going out, like going to the beach or something like that. You can, and this is around going to be at Lake Montebello water. Okay.
Yeah.
And this is attractive to all ages.
Yeah.
Now, on that day, I invited some of my senior friends, and I asked them to just bring a folding chair. So you can walk a little bit. Even you can walk with your walker, and babies. And I put that out there.
Can you skate around the
Oh, yes.
reservoir?
Oh, and somebody was asking if you could ride your bike around the reservoir.
You probably can do more.
I'm still trying to my when I rode my bike, I've grown tail Tish ran into the fence, Mom, at the Centennial Park. Lamont was like, why don't you just hit the brakes? I was like, oh my goodness. It was like, I was trying to, I don't know, Mom. They were like, one guy came was like, are you okay? Crashed right. I had my helmet on, crashed right into the fence. And then another time I was riding my bike. It's so bad. BWI Airport Trail. And I ran into the dirt. Lamont, once again, he was like, just put your feet down when you on the bike. I guess, I don't know. I'm nervous.
But you might hurt your feet.
And it's probably coordination too,
It's coordination and it's your mind, like all kinds of stuff. And I fell right into the ditch.
See, first, did you slow down first? Did you slow down first?
Nope. I was like, oh, I'm getting ready to crash. And
just slow down first. Did you have brakes on handlebars?
I had brakes. I had my brakes. So Lamont was like, why don't you use your brakes? You have brakes on the handlebars.
And don't brake abruptly. Slow down. Brake.
But you might fall right
I was like, I'm getting ready to fall.
But you know what? Riding the bike, you'll be able to do more miles.
Yeah.
And it's only $5 a lap.
Yeah.
Oh, it's $5. Okay. And how
$5.
long is it?
And you know,
Is it
one
lap
lap
one
around
round?
is like 1.4 miles. Yeah.
Okay.
So one lap
Yeah.
around is 1 mile. Like,
Mhm.
Okay.
you know.
And then if you get tired or you don't want to do it, then you can sponsor somebody. Because my advisor is not well, but she has I think she has 3 people walking for her. Now,
Okay.
just in case, I'm not going to do it because I had trouble with my foot. But guess what?
Mhm.
I'm going to try to walk. And so now I have 4
Oh,
people.
yeah, you shouldn't. You can't walk. I wasn't even thinking about
I
that.
have 4 people to walk for me.
Wait. Hold up.
You're
What
not
does it
walking.
mean to walk for you?
Say
Somebody
what?
is sponsoring all 4 of these people in your stead?
I am.
You
But
are
you're not
sponsoring
walking.
people to walk in your stead.
I'm
Yes,
just
they're going
saying.
to walk
Did
for
you
me.
hear me, Mother?
What'd you say?
You are not walking. That's what I said.
Why
Well,
can't
that's
I
what she
walk?
said.
But
She's going to
I want
No,
to
no,
sponsor.
walk a
no, no,
little
no.
bit.
I know Mommy, Tawanda. You know her
She
too.
gonna try to, well, are you gonna be there?
Huh?
Tish, you gonna be there?
Yes, I'm
Well, we're
walking.
gonna stop her from walking.
Right? You gotta sit in the car and be reading the Sunday school book and the Bible or something.
I
Read
can't
Acts
because
again.
I can't
A
because
folding
we
chair.
water.
She's sitting in a chair.
I have water to give out. I have
That's what I was
chips
gonna
to
ask
give
you.
out, and then
But they have to come to you sitting in a chair.
well, see, because I have papers too. See,
In a
those are
chair. They have to
the
come to you in your chair. Mom, don't try to do too much because you
That's
know
what
how
I'm
you are,
saying.
Mom.
I'm saying
You'll be like, oh my goodness, I hurt my toe. Everybody says, Sister Farmer, are you okay?
I can do it now. I can do
I
it.
can. But
okay.
I wanted to, Mom, I also wanted you to talk about the importance of walking. Remember when you were going through the cancer, the bout with cancer?
Oh yeah.
And didn't the doctor say walking was just like chemo? Remember he was saying it's
He
just
sure
like
did. Yes, he did.
yeah.
Walking
People
service
need to know that.
chemo. That's right. I'm gonna put that
Yeah.
down. It sure
Walking
did
is
say
very-
walking was like chemo. And also when I had the lung surgery last year, walking was good for breathing. So
Okay.
you need to breathe
Mhm.
and you need to move. And also Walk-a-Thon is good. It's attracted to all ages.
Yeah. Yeah.
All ages. I
Mhm.
even put on the little flyer. You can mothers can bring your baby, so you don't need a babysitter.
Yeah.
Roll
Yeah,
them in the
that's good.
stroller. You know,
Mhm.
wear
Even
a jacket, okay, and it's good for publicity. And also, I would like to have handouts. You know, you can say, you know, are you going to the beach? Are you going to the convention? Or you can market things.
Right.
Yeah.
And
And then
it's
you can,
very lucrative.
then you can meet people. You can meet friends,
Yeah.
not just network in business, but you can meet people, and
That
it
was
can be
number one.
Yeah.
Yeah, make friends.
you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
then it's like family too.
Mhm.
You know, your family and something that everybody can do this. You know, most
Yeah.
everybody.
Yeah.
Okay. So the older people
Oh,
can.
Jackie's on here. Hey, Jackie, praise the Lord. Jackie said, "Praise the Lord."
Oh,
I was trying to find out who it was, but yeah. So it's healthy
yeah.
too to walk as well.
Yes.
Yeah.
You know what
So
else?
this walk.
Out in the fresh air too. Walking in the fresh air is good as well.
Mhm.
You know, good for your lungs and
So
like
that's
mom.
what
You
you
know,
want
like
to
the
do.
Fitbit said, the Fitbit wants you to walk 10,000 steps a day. I think it's like 5 miles or something like that. Is it 5?
Okay.
I think it's similar to 5. So I might do 5.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
Okay.
Wow.
But this walkathon, Mom, what is it for?
Oh, it's to help our boys and girls go to college or either
Okay.
grade school.
Or
And
traits.
then I looked at the stats, and it encourages you to get your children out there, your young people. It even it said, Tisha didn't want me to say it, maybe those that are involved with increasing their education, it also at the same time decreases their mindset for crime.
Oh,
So
you
it's
can
a
say that.
deterrent. It's a deterrent.
I was saying that people say we use it as an excuse. I wasn't telling you not to say it. I totally agree with that. But
Yeah.
I know every time I look at the news and they say, well, if you give the young people programs and you won't have a lot of crime in the city. And then some people say you just making excuses for them to commit crimes, but that's not the case. So if they can make money from other means, then I don't
Yeah,
believe
right.
there will be a lot of
Okay.
crimes.
And then I read also that those who go to they go to college, they earn $1 million more in earnings over their lifetime than
Wow.
people who don't go.
Oh wow, isn't that something?
Yeah, over their
Wow.
lifetime. But and
One person?
mm-hmm,
And
yeah,
how much?
Sure.
they say a recent study from Georgetown University
Yeah.
that on average,
Mhm.
college graduates earn $1 million more in earnings over their lifetime.
What? Y'all
Yeah.
better go to college.
Yeah.
And we were talking about trade school because everyone isn't, like you said, isn't college material. So we
I
don't
got
want to
that.
take that
Yeah.
away.
Oh,
So
I
your
got-
scholarship, Mom, is for people going to college or trade schools.
That's right.
And that's important because a lot of scholarships aren't for like trade schools.
Oh yes,
They-
Yeah,
because
that's so true too.
everybody
colleges.
don't want to go to college. And one
Mm.
thing about trade school is less time and less
Yeah.
money.
Less
Yeah.
money.
You
And
know,
sometimes college can be kind of intimidating to
Yeah.
some people, you know.
Yeah.
mm,
Yeah, and then with the trade school, once you get out of school, you'll have a trade. You'll have, something that you can do.
Yeah.
A lot of times, well, sometimes when people come out of college, they're looking for jobs,
mhm.
But with a trade school,
They have to pay those student loans.
they have to pay those student loans. Absolutely. Absolutely.
Mhm.
And with a trade school, you can start your own business,
Mhm.
But but we want you guys to help us raise money,
Yeah.
for these
It's
students.
only $5 a lap. You
$5
go
a
one
lap.
and go
Yeah.
I'm
home.
going to put this up here for a minute while you're talking to Mom so they can see
Five-
how to give. Giblify, ESSC. This is a part of our Eastern Southern States Council. Hey, lady. She said, I know as children, we worry about our parents, but as parents, it makes us feel bad when y'all tell us we can't or shouldn't do something. We have enough doubt in ourselves. No,
Oh,
ladies, Mommy just had foot surgery. And so I was telling her that she can't walk around that lake because I don't want her to relapse. But if she didn't have foot surgery, I wouldn't be telling her that she couldn't do
Oh
it.
no, I used to walk a mile anyway.
Right. Yeah. I was just saying that because I don't
Okay.
want her to hurt her foot and all that kind of stuff.
I
exactly.
know it's still swollen too. It won't go.
And then the
back.
more she gets around, the longer it's going to take her to heal.
Yeah, the healing process.
She needs to
Yeah,
rest.
so that's why we were telling her that she couldn't. That's why I was saying she couldn't walk, and
Exactly.
she had to like sit
But
in the
you
car
know
and bring
what?
her
I'll
to
probably
school.
be so much better by that time. I'll be a new person.
Okay, mother.
We just got them saying the swelling wouldn't go down. And so it was a stat that I wanted to. It's like trade schools cost between $5,000 and $15,000 for a 3 to 18-month program. And going to a college or university, you pay how much, Tawanda? You said over what?
$127,000 for 4 years.
4 years.
Crazy.
Is that everything? Like the board, the room and board, books? Is that like everything?
No, not room and board.
Cost
Board
of
is
the
extra.
tuition.
It's the cost of tuition.
Wow.
The cost
And
of
so-
tuition. Yeah.
So you got to keep in mind that if you stand in the dorm, or something like that, it's
Oh,
going to
that's
be
more
even
money.
more money.
Mhm.
And
Yeah.
eating.
But what a lot of the young people did, they got apartments. Apartments is way. Oh, I had that. I had that
Yeah,
status
that's
too.
more expensive too. But sometimes, wait a minute, I have to say this. Sometimes when you're in college, it can include your room and board and your food as well. All of the tuition.
That's what I was asking.
Now,
Yeah.
no,
But it might
I
not
just
include
pulled
your
that
books
stat
though.
up. I just
What's that?
pulled that up, and it's you. One young lady lived on a budget,
Mhm.
and her budget included. Now, her parents gave her $1,000. Well, and it gave her so much money a month. It might have been $1,000 a month, because that was for her rent, that was for her food, her meals,
Mhm.
and for snacks. and then she might want to do a little something like a movie or something on the side, something like that.
Oh, okay.
And what she did, she got a part-time job, and she did a budget,
Yeah.
and off campus was much cheaper than on campus. And it looked
Mm.
like to me they want your children to go to college. They should make it more accommodating.
Yeah.
You know, it
That's
would be. It looked like to me the college would be
I
cheaper.
don't think they want them to go. My lady said get a knee chair.
A knee chair.
Does that
Yeah.
have wheels? Does a knee chair have
Yes.
wheels?
Yep.
Okay.
When the president of the company fell off his horse, he was riding around in a knee chair.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Your sister in DC has a knee chair. Okay. Then
yeah.
they all. I looked up the money too. Those that come out of high school with a diploma for a week's salary is like $730. With a BA degree, that job would pay them $862.
Wow.
With a BA, that
said BA.
they would make $1,198 one week. So
So
you see how it goes up when you get.
So wait a minute. So was that with an AA and then a BA?
No, yeah. First was high school, which was
Right.
$730.
Okay.
Next was AA,
Okay.
$862 a week.
And then
Then
BA.
with the BA,
Okay.
Now
That's
slide
one-
over some in your camera.
say what?
There you go. Thank you. Thanks.
Let me move.
All right, now finish talking.
Okay. And guess what else it says?
Yeah.
Unemployment.
Mhm.
The unemployment rate for high school student is 4.1%. For an AA student, 2.8%. For a bachelor's degree student, 2.2%. So you are more likely to be employable,
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
know, the higher you go.
Yeah.
And then seems like you seem to do less work too.
That's so true. Yeah.
You do less work.
That's true.
Yeah, the more money you make, that's what they say, but that ain't true.
No,
Well,
I know.
sometimes.
I'm playing. I'm just kidding. I'm
Sometimes.
not really kidding. I'm not really kidding.
But
And they
but
get
one thing too is these students need they need help too, because when I was researching, it was like 75%. What's that, Tish?
No, go ahead. You said it was 75% of what?
Yes, 75% of Americans cannot afford college.
Wow.
Of course not.
75%.
Mhm.
You said more than that, Mom?
I say, of course. So
I know. Lady
Then-
said, oh, go ahead, Tawana. Finish yours.
I'm sorry, real quick. And then it was like 28 or 38% of those that are already in college, they drop out because they can't afford it. They start doing well, but then they drop out because they can't afford it. So that's another reason why you out there, we need your help with this walk-a-thon. If you can't walk, you can support. Here, there's Givelify, there's Cash App. You can send a money order to that address. You can do all of those. So please help us. Help us. I'm sorry.
$5, $2, $1. Mommy,
Don't go there.
Mommy
$5
gave us 25 cents. Right, Mom?
No, no, no.
25%.
But actually, that's what we give.
So,
that's what we do for the international scholarship is 25%. The reason why we got this, Stacy got this scholarship going because we have one for the organization, which is a quarter a week, but it's for thousands and thousands of children around the whole United States.
Okay.
So our people don't really apply for it.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm telling the people in our district.
Right.
And most of it goes, and so we have a better chance when we narrow it down to our district.
That's good.
And now we still
That's
support
good.
international, because I still support every week the
Right.
international or the national, which is 600 churches
Mm-hmm.
and thousands of young people that wants to go. And now they are going more than ever. Did you see Facebook this summer? All of those saints children that was graduating from college.
Mm-hmm.
They were graduating.
Oh, that's true.
Wow.
So
Wow.
it's really encouraging to see
So-
our boys and girls
Yeah.
want to go to school. Now we want to encourage them. Don't talk about them. Say you want to do this. No, let us show them we love them
Exactly.
by doing thing.
And
for
I
them.
think that's why we said trade school, because a
Yeah.
lot of people,
Yeah.
like I said before.
Yeah.
But lady said when she went to truck driving school, I didn't know she went to truck driving school.
Yeah,
She
she was
had,
she had a license.
she,
Yeah.
I mean, she had student loans because she was on food stamps, she was not obligated to pay back the student loans. As long as she's on food stamps, she didn't have to pay it back.
Okay.
Did you know that?
Didn't know that.
But
I
they
did
give
not
you a
know.
lot of things when you have a
State
assistance
assistance.
like
Yeah.
that. Yeah, they help you.
And also what's important, that's why we want y'all to get out, walk, support, give your money. Excuse me,
Mhm.
because one stat said, this is from Nerd Wallet, and it said as of 2021, total student loan debt in the United States has surpassed $1.61 trillion.
It don't make sense.
$1 trillion.
$1.61 trillion.
Yeah. Wow. That's a lot.
That's a shame.
Whole
And
lot.
then some countries have free schooling for their young people.
Mhm.
Some
Yeah.
of those countries. So I don't. And so and then what Biden did, he didn't do that. He couldn't do that much because they wouldn't support him. But
Right.
he did
Auto
knock
tutor
off
you.
10,000 from some and 20,000 for those who had the Pell Grant. And they argued about that. They didn't want him to give it to the kids.
Right.
Don't they want our kids to be learned?
No, they don't want them to be learned.
They want. That's what they want. I
Or
mean,
to succeed.
but you know what?
Well,
They are more willing to build more jails.
that's what I was getting
Yeah.
ready to say.
They're
That
more
it's
willing to
money,
build
because there's
more
money in
jails.
it, Mom. There's
And guess
money in
what?
it.
But before that,
Just
they
so
were more willing. And
unfair.
then, and I say that you give them, it's like what you call it, kind of prophecy. That negative prophecy you putting on children before it happens. I wrote it down, and you just telling that they're looking forward to something to go. You're looking for them to get in trouble. I
Mhm.
said, now why would you do that?
Yeah.
And I told it to the professor. I said, why would they want to build something brand new for kids just in case they get in trouble? Why?
Yeah.
Exactly.
Now, what they should be doing, educating them.
Right.
And I was listening to Les Brown this morning, and Les Brown was saying, it was this man.
I love Les Brown.
Les Brown saw he talked about the police officer. He went to this car because this guy was slumped over the seat. It was a 14-year-old boy that was murdered.
Wow.
Say, what happened? It's not enough to get upset. You
Mhm.
get upset to the point that you want to do something.
Yeah.
You get mad to the point that you want to do something.
That's
Yeah.
right.
And
That's
say
right.
what that police said. He said he had 2 sons at home. So that could have been my children. He had over
Wow.
$1,000 worth of equipment in his basement, like exercising equipment. I think it was 7,000. I think. So he took that exercising equipment out of his basement and rented a hall.
Wow.
Invited those young boys to come and do exercise and build up their health and their
That's
resolve. And then guess what those boys did when they grew up? They bought a little mall, like a strip mall.
Oh, wow.
Them little boys grew up to be entrepreneurs,
That's excellent.
CEOs, and saying this is the kind of stuff we got to start someplace.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And so, and I don't want to be the only one that's cheerleading this, even though it's
Exactly.
name.
Exactly.
But if it's in my name, I started writing right away. I must have gave them like 4 or 5 pages of type stuff I send to them. But they're going to be the one that's going to do the hard work,
Mhm.
like screening and what are they doing now? They never just sit back and get the money and take it to a ring-a-ding college. Somebody got a
A
school.
ring-a-ding.
Yeah, a school in their house. You get money. You're scammers right there. They're
Right. You have to
scammers
be
there.
careful. You have got to be
You mean
careful.
ring-a-ding,
Absolutely.
Mom?
Huh?
Ring-a-dink.
Ring-a-ding or ring-a-ding? I'm like, what
Ring-a-dink.
in the world?
Well, anyway, we just did that in Bible class last Saturday, didn't we, Tisha?
Mm-hmm.
Remember we said that what Jesus did? Okay. So anyway, what am I going to say? Oh, so it's got to be an accredited,
Accredited.
well-known place, that's really good.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
the board will look into that. Go screen the kids, so you're not gonna just get the money and run with it. Some people buy. I bought a car.
Yeah, yeah.
No, no, it's got to. Well, they're gonna handle that. But you got the professor from Philadelphia that's on the team. You know who that is, don't you?
Right. So they're going to make
Pastor
sure
Brown.
that
Pastor Brown's gonna screen them.
that they
Stacy, a school teacher, she's on that board. My thing is, I just do stuff like raising the funds for it, like a walk-a-thon, something like that. And
right.
but they're gonna do the hard stuff with all the kids. Okay. And so I wrote down, I got it on the internet, some of the jobs they can get when they go to the trade school. Welding.
Yeah.
That's the top of the line.
Right. Right.
Make
That's
sure you
good.
have heating and cooling. Commercial driving, like lady, and my granddaughter just got her license. Isn't that nice? CDL. Yeah.
CDL?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yavana. So
Okay. Okay.
All right. So it's three grandkids got their license doing that. Isn't that nice?
That is so nice.
Yeah. And we push them up.
It is.
Cosmetology. You know what? Some people can do this naturally.
They can. That's so
They
true.
can do this naturally. Cosmetology, hair, skin, makeup, and nails. And it is supply and demand, whatever people need. Just go do something and nobody want to do it.
Yeah.
They don't need it. Web design. They design the websites. Electrician. Radiation therapist, dental hygienist, massage therapist. Tori told me the other day she wants to go back and get her license for that.
Oh, the esthetician.
Yeah, elevator technician. And these are the things they
What's
can
an
do.
elevator technician?
You get on that elevator and fix it when it breaks.
Oh, I was about to say, okay.
Not the people that press the buttons to wander.
No, like they don't have those anymore, right?
No, girl, you don't go to school for that.
I think they do have some of those elevators in New York in those old buildings.
Really?
You probably have like the stewardess, the people with their caps on, their suits on. But
when you were talking about welding, I was in this one program and there was a young lady in my class and she was a welder. And she was teaching young ladies in her neighborhood how to weld as well.
Oh, wow.
And I tell you now, with these,
she wasn't charging them anything either.
That's something Patrick wanted to do. Also Patrick and Lamont wanted to teach young boys.
And that's something you look to, because some of these jobs, when you get to be 60, you still want to work. But what you can do, you start teaching it.
Yeah.
So you can get credentials for that. And that will help with these young boys and young girls as well. Okay, now college level, they can get jobs, just computer. It's just off the chain. The systems administrators, computer repair tech, and also technical writers, database administrator, web developer, business analyst, radio frequency engineer, network technician, resident advisor. And you know what else people are doing? And you don't get much schooling for this. They're going into cleaning houses.
Oh, wow. Wow.
Who's doing that? Oh, yeah, they're getting their own business.
Yeah.
And I'm telling you, your own business. It's this Caucasian lady across the street. As soon as I moved here, she gave me her card.
Really?
Wow. Yeah.
Did they have computer security on there? Because that's big too. Security.
No, what did they call that? A lot of kids was taking that up in school.
Because
oh my goodness, what is that called? Oh my
it's called oh man, a lot of, and we had one on the show yesterday in the Bible study and our counselor, and he was in law enforcement. He was a law enforcement officer, and he was telling how you can work it even in your churches. to be secure.
Cybersecurity, Tawanda.
That's what it is.
Cybersecurity. Okay.
Cybersecurity.
Yeah,
A lot of people are doing that.
Yeah, that's huge.
We have a whole department for that because that's how serious it is. Like one time somebody sent oh, Pastor Paul is watching. How you
Oh,
doing?
wow.
So one time somebody sent a letter to the accounting department and it looked like it was an email and it looked like it came from our president, and he was asking them to send like a couple $1 million or something like that to this account, you know, because he does ask about that sometimes, but they were like, no, it's something wrong. And it came from his email address.
Wow.
So that's why we have a department, cybersecurity department, and they always send us stuff, the latest scams and all that kind of stuff. We get that. And the saddest thing is we get it on a daily basis because that's how prevalent it is right now.
Oh, it's real.
And that's a huge thing to get into, you guys out there.
Yeah.
And then trade school, you can also have take up licensed practical nursing.
Oh, okay.
And they need so many. And then you know what? They also have the temp agency just for nurses. You know that?
I did not know that.
They send a lot of. You remember when I was?
I did. I think I did.
Yeah, and you met him. I was sick, and they took me to South Baltimore, that hospital down south. No, on the west side near Joseph, where he lives. What's the name of that house? St. Agnes.
St. Agnes.
And that man who was saved, he was they sent him down from Canada. So because he was a temp. He was from a temp agency.
I had no idea. I did meet him. I remember.
Yeah.
I didn't know he was from a temp agency.
Yeah, they have nurses temp and culinary arts. That's big.
That is big.
Yeah, that's really big. Okay. And then when you take these trades, you can open your own business.
That's so true.
It's so easy. And say it's hands-on too.
And that's how you're gonna make it if you have your own business.
Yeah.
That's so true.
You have to stop getting other people rich.
Field admission requirements. When you go to trade school, you don't have a lot of requirements to fulfill.
Mm-hmm.
You know, admissions like transferring credits and bringing your school work and your college credit and all like that. The classes are smaller.
That's so
So you get
Everything is so true, Tawanda.
that is so true, isn't that?
you get real work experience.
Because I know what she's talking about. Yeah.
Practical training and on-the-job preparation.
And they got Charm City Bartending Academy.
Oh, really?
That's the name of it. A trade school.
What about
Charles Street?
like Mom did say culinary arts, but would that be the same as like pastry?
No, that's something else.
Pastry chef wasn't it?
Yeah, I saw that someplace too. Pastry.
Like they have like Charm City cakes and people that specialize and stuff like that.
You know, when you just look around, like I heard this man on the job, he was into a lot of what you call it when you put your money in things.
Like investment?
Yeah, he retired and he came back as a contractor, like a boss man. And so he was telling this young man and say, what you do, you see what your friends like. They like Pepsi Cola. If you go, and all of them are drinking Coca-Cola, they're all eating potato chips. So that's what you invest in.
Right.
And so the greatest liquid you can invest in is water. And it's Nestle's water.
Really?
So
what about Deer Park? I see everybody drinking Deer Park.
Deer Park, because when you invest in Nestle's, there's a whole slew of things, not just water.
Oh,
it's everything.
Yeah.
It's chocolates. It's
right.
It's dinners, microwave dinners.
Right. Don't they have like ice cream
takes
bars?
a whole lot.
We built out Nestle headquarters in Virginia.
Okay.
And they had a lot of kitchens and on each floor. Like they had like prep kitchens where they're teaching people how to cook and all that kind of stuff. Beautiful building. Yeah. So I know what you're talking about when it's just not water dynamics. This candy,
that was
cookies,
the best
just
thing to
whatever. Yeah.
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 And you know what? And some churches are picking up on it. And guess what? The undertakers are picking up on this stuff. They are building buildings beside their undertaker for their kitchens and things. And they can come back from burying their loved ones and come back to the undertaker and go to the building, to the hall. And you have the caterers. The undertakers have their own caterers and they can serve you food. So that's some more money they're making.
Oh, okay.
The
Yeah.
funeral homes, they do. They have the banquet halls.
Yeah,
They're
that's
not undertakers, the funeral homes. They
yeah.
changed their
True.
name.
That's right.
Lady said one of the things that a lot of people seem to forget that we really need is classes for survival, to go back to the basics on how to start a fire, what to do, and all kinds of emergency. I think that is very important.
Yeah.
Yes,
Oh,
it
Because
is.
so
time's
lady.
gonna, like this lady on my job, she was looking for farms. She was like, Tish, are there any farms for sale, near your house? And because she wanted to build like a shelter, she wanted to live under the radar, you know what I mean? Be able to live. She wanted to do gardening and all that kind of, she wanted cows and, so if anything happens to our grid, she knows how to survive. And
Right. That's
I
a
think
good
we're
thing.
like going on and on and on. Like this stuff is not going to happen and knock on the United States door. But if it does, are we prepared for it? Like remember, everybody was getting the water and all that kind of stuff.
Right.
But if something happens, how prepared are we, lady? That's an excellent.
It is. This I used to work with this one lady with her homeschooling business. And this was like years ago when I lived in Michigan. And she was telling me that one day we are going to have to learn how to grow our own food. That was so many years ago.
Yeah.
And then now look, we have to learn how to grow our own food. We never know what's going to happen. So we have to learn. There you go, lady. We have to learn how to survive.
I got to do something because if I grow my garden, there's too many deer out in my backyard. I have to eat my food.
You have to get like a greenhouse that you can close it in.
Yeah.
Because if I do one, I want mine like on an upper level.
Oh,
so I have to worry about
hanging garden now.
Deer and stuff.
Mine was at like a hanging garden.
No, like on a deck or something, like up high. And then
you see them hanging gardens, didn't you, with all those flowers?
She's not talking about the hanging garden, though.
No hanging gardens over here.
But it'd be vegetables instead.
Vegetables.
Yeah, and which is not hard. But I was telling Daniel that because he started a garden. Remember, he started selling his tomatoes and stuff.
I don't remember that.
I don't remember that either.
Yeah,
why do you keep saying that? I don't remember.
You were probably gone by then.
Okay.
Yeah. Well,
I was gone too.
He was selling to the grocery store.
He's the grocer came by the fence, walking to the store. He worked in the produce. He actually bought Daniel's tomatoes.
Really?
Produce.
So what made him stop? Like,
I'll tell you
exactly.
later what made him stop.
Daddy.
Oh,
I'm prophetic.
He could have been making some money.
Mom said, "I'll tell you later." We can say it now.
That's a mess. Oh.
So when you go higher with your learning, you increase your access to job opportunities.
Yeah.
And you get to meet people.
That's so true.
Okay.
And I wanted to say, when you were talking about the jails and how they build the jails, our mayor, I'm not going to mention her name, but she closed down a lot of community centers. And then, you know what she did? Then she put a curfew out there. And then she opened up satellite jails, like in the neighborhood. So if the kids are out at a certain time, then they will be arrested. So in each neighborhood, they were like satellite jails and stuff, holding places for the young people. After you shut down all the community centers, it's like you're setting people up for failure. That's what I see.
But she the one who was saying she didn't want these kids running amok.
Yep.
That was the same one.
But she shut down the community centers.
That's horrible.
And I just think it's a setup for our kids to fail.
Political too. They do all these things to make the other people really like you and vote for you.
I'm sorry. I was going to get away from that. When I go back to what Mom was saying about the colleges and stuff. The job the job world.
Opportunities. Mhm.
Right, because they want people, especially in the technology arena, they want people who have at least 2 years of experience. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? So
Yeah.
you have to not only have your college degree, but then
Right.
you have to have some experience as well. You
Guess
know,
what? Guess
what's
what helped? Guess what? I'm telling you, when you work for the church, that's
mm-hmm,
experience.
mm-hmm.
Everything I did for the church, I put it on my resume.
Okay,
And when Bernie would go in to talk about to the people to try to get me a promotion, he brought all that in there.
okay.
The teaching I did,
Mm-hmm.
and the books, and the books the sociology book, Understanding People. When
Yeah,
she
I
put
gotta
that
put
on her
that
resume, that was a sociology book. They
Mm.
hired her to work with those children at NSA.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I didn't
They,
have none of that, but I had Jesus. I looked
yeah,
at the paper and I was like, "This is what I want to do." And I,
Right.
and I
you
saw
did it.
I saw a graphic designer or whatever, and I was like, "This is what I want to do, Jesus." And
Mm-hmm.
then when I was temping, the lady came down from the graphics department and said, "Do you want to work in our department?" And I was like, "Oh, sure." And she
Mm-hmm.
hired me on the
Uh-huh.
spot to work in
But
that
you were
department.
prepared, right?
No, I didn't know it. I didn't.
Right.
I was working as a receptionist. First, I was
But
working as
but but you had the aptitude for that too. Now some people have to act for that. Now somebody, me, I would never dare approach something like that. But some people got
I
that,
just knew I've never done it before. I just knew I wanted to do it.
and God let you do it because
Yeah,
Yeah,
he did.
yeah,
absolutely.
He knew you have to. But everybody don't have to act for that. But
Right.
but
Right.
you have to act for something. You can do it, and you
Yeah.
know there is something for everybody to do
That's
in this
so
world.
so
It's
true.
something for everybody to do, and can
Yeah.
do it well, and can make it with it, can get
Right.
rich with it.
Right.
Yeah.
So in no sense in us being like this,
Mhm.
even being like I am,
Mhm.
it's no excuse for it
Right.
because we
You
have
know,
too much talent.
Before you say that, Tuan, I got to go back to the chat line.
okay.
Lady said one of the problems is you can have experience and not have the paperwork to prove it, which makes it hard. And
Right.
that's why I was temping, because I was insecure. And so I was like, I didn't like interviews. And so that's why I tempted. And everywhere I tempt, they wanted to hire me permanently, but I wanted them to know who I am and get the feel of who I am first,
Mhm.
and that's how I bypass all of the interviews. But now you can't. Now, when you temp, you have to interview for the job, because I know somebody who temps, and
Yep.
you have to interview for the
That's
job
right.
now. You don't have to
And
And
do
you
that.
know what? A lot of jobs now are going that route, hiring temps because
Mm.
they can fill you out.
Yeah,
They
that's
tell you you can
why.
fill that job out.
Yeah,
If you want to do this permanently, or do we
right.
want you permanently? They can fill you out. A
now
lot of
this
jobs
is one
now
of the
are
support
hiring temps.
systems we need to have, lady, in our church, like support systems where
Yeah,
you have the members that's doing these things to help, cue in the people that come in,
Mhm.
yeah,
like Tawanda, different ones. You can help with their hair. That's missionary work too.
Yeah, it
And
is. Yeah.
and you help them to profit and be self-supporting.
yeah.
Uh, show them with interviews. Show them writing resumes.
Right. And
And
I have done that. I've worked with people with I probably shouldn't put myself out like that. But I've done mock
No, put
interviews.
yourself out there, girl. Go
No,
on
I'm
out.
not.
so you have 1,000 people want you to do their resume.
Not putting myself out. But one thing I found out, I used to work in career services when I lived in Indiana, I believe. And so one thing I found out was in the nursing field, you don't have to, you don't have that much experience. They just want you.
Really?
Nursing field and the massage therapist field, they
I
just want you. Like the most
But you
applications
still got to be educated in that
you have to
field.
be educated in college. You have to go to college. But what I'm saying is the
Oh
most
yeah.
applications that I was able to give to these employers were they wanted the medical field, but the technology field, they wanted at least 2 years of experience. But the medical field, they just took you right away, right away. So if you get into the medical field, perhaps you can just get a job right away in your field that you want to be in.
But you know what I saw on the news? This young man, this young black man. Then I saw a young white man, a barber, and guess what he was doing?
And what's that?
Going in the neighborhood, looking at the homeless people, those men and cutting their hair for free right on the street.
Wow.
Oh
They
wow,
were,
that's
and they
good.
were asking, "What do you want? What kind of style do you
That's
want?" And they
tremendous.
were, and they somebody put it in the news and saw how what they were doing to make them have good self-esteem. Now,
Yeah.
you know what I was thinking about that when the people want to get a job,
Mhm.
you're not gonna just do their hair for a style so they can look pretty, and not do anything. You do it so they be prepared for the interview.
Right,
Now
exactly.
somebody can give them a facial,
And
do
clothes too. That's what we're
the
trying to.
nail.
That's why we want
Yeah,
our building
yeah, we
so
need
we
it.
can so we
Right.
can.
It's some, and people been calling you. You want some of this? I could have had a whole house full of furniture and everything, like new stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing,
Right.
but I had no place to put it.
Right. But this is our walk-a-thon. We want to
Yeah,
support
Walk-a-Thon.
our
That's right.
walk-a-thon. We want to push
Yes.
our walk-a-thon.
And,
We
and what
want
date is it? What date is
this
it?
on
October
October,
the 22nd.
and it's from
And the
8
time?
a.m. to 12 noon or 12
Yeah.
p.m.
Where?
So we
Where?
want you to support the walk-a-thon. If you
Lake
cannot walk,
Montebello.
sponsor somebody.
Okay.
You
And
know,
now
you can,
look. Somebody said
because
8 to
our
12.
students
My,
need education. You
my
know,
son said he couldn't do it because he had to go. Had his plane engagement at 12 noon, and I texted him right back. I said it's from 8 to 12. I'm not saying we do the whole 4 hours.
Yeah, yeah.
exactly.
Just 1 hour. If you come there at
Right.
8, you'll be finished by 9. Then you can go home and get ready and be ready for your 12 o'clock job
Right.
that
Right.
you
Yeah.
have. Yeah. So he said, "Oh, thanks, thank you." So and they don't have to walk. And some people can really walk fast. It might not even take a whole hour.
Right.
So maybe they can walk it like from 8 to 8:30,
Right.
whatever.
Well, just come out and support. Just come
And
out.
this is for everybody. This is for your family.
Everybody. If you're out of town, you can still donate. You can still give money
That's
to it.
right.
It's not going out of pocket.
Absolutely.
We're not buying red bottom shoes. Mommy can't wear heels. She don't even wear that kind of stuff. She don't like all that designer stuff. It's not going into her pocket.
That's
No, but
right.
it won't
It's
come
to
to me
help
at
the
all.
children. It's
coming
not
me.
going to help her
going-
at all.
It's
It's
going
to help
to
the children.
DC.
So if you're out of town, because we know we're on virtual land. So if you're looking at this from Africa or Asia or
goodness.
Australia,
Right. You
sometimes
can
I do
donate.
Africans on here too. So if you're
That's
looking
right.
at this from Japan, and that's the cash app, the Giblify, and the email address. We're going to post that on our page, Chilling with the Girls, so you can participate. You can give $5. Don't give a quarter. Don't give 50 cents. $5 and up. Right, Mom?
Right. That's what we want you to do. $5
But
and
you
more.
know,
Unless we can get
unless we get
2 million people to give $1, that's fine too. We get 2 million people from all across the world to give us $1, we will accept that, right, Mom?
Right.
Oh yeah. Okay,
That's
see, you can look at your screen. None of this stuff has my email address or anything on it.
right.
It goes to the organization, goes to the council,
Exactly.
and all of these people are top-notch, honest people. I
Yeah.
knew them when they were babies, and even if you don't do this capped ash and all those things, you can mail it. So the treasurer is in DC.
You can
Yes.
send your money order to Washington, D.C. You have the address. And then I believe Tisha's going to put all the information in the what you call it?
Bulletin or something.
The something box.
Guess what time it is, y'all?
Oh, all right.
It's
Time.
Oh, I got
the
a pet
description
peeve.
box. The
And
description
I have a
box.
pet peeve.
Lady said that's not cool because it's going to be hard to give $1.
That's right. So we're not giving $1.
Why is it hard to
Giving
give
more
$1?
than $1.
Why?
That's right,
Why is
lady.
it hard to give $1?
I don't know, but you can get more than $1. I was just kidding. I'm just kidding.
Yeah,
But
they-
some
they-
of y'all can. I put my cash up. Y'all give me $1. A million people. Give me $1. I ain't asking for much.
Oh, whatever. It's pet
I have
peeve
a pet
time.
peeve.
Pet peeve time, Mom. Do you have a pet peeve? You have
Yeah. My pet peeve is that I don't want people to say I'm gonna promise to do something and say, "Oh, I forgot." Walk-a-thon. Oh, I forgot. It just everybody just forget. You know what you call that? Forgetting?
lying.
No, not
It's
lying.
called lying, Ma. They
It's
didn't
called-
forget.
What you call it? When you do stuff, what do you call it?
Menopause. Don't you
No, Tawana, what
might
is it?
do it.
You
I
have
might.
You have
when you
selective
forget.
memory. You have
Yes,
selective
memory.
That's lying.
That's right.
Selective memory is lying.
is lying because you remember what you want to remember.
Yeah.
I want to. That's your pet peeve. I like that walk-a-thon pet peeve, Mom. My pet peeve is a walk-a-thon pet. When people say, well, when men say menopause. When they say I might do it, it was like, can you do such and such? I might do it, you know. And it's like I tell them, I say, if you say might, it means,
That means
no.
you're not.
It means you're not. When you tell somebody, not y'all on virtual land, I'm talking about my own experience with the males in my family. When they say I might, maybe, I
And
guess.
then they say,
And-
I'm going to try.
I'm gonna try.
And guess what else they
No,
say?
it means no.
Guess what else they say? Oh, I don't know what I'm going to be doing then. But you're not doing anything.
But you're not
That's
doing
right.
So you
anything.
might as well
Write
put
it in
my
the book.
stuff on
Write it in your calendar. Now,
And
They
guess
look
what?
on that calendar and say, "Oh, I'll let you know."
Uh-huh.
You
And
know
guess
you're
what
not doing. That means that what you have isn't as important as anything else that might come up after you ask them. That's
exactly
my
right.
pet.
Uh-huh.
Oh my
And
goodness.
Saving it. They're
I'd rather
opening-
you
they're
just say
saving that
no.
calendar day. They're saving that spot for something.
And then when you go back to them, this is part 2 of my pet peeve. When you go back to them, was like, I thought you said you're going to think about it. Well, I didn't make any promises. I ain't making no promises. I
But-
told you I might.
But can I tell you about the shoe on the other foot?
Uh-oh.
I bet you when they call you, they expect you to jump right through a hoop right
I
away.
answered the phone.
Isn't that something? No, isn't that something?
And you know what?
Absolutely.
And I was talking to somebody and they were talking about their children too. So it's not only mine. And she was like, oh yeah, I look at the phone when they call me now because they can't answer my phone calls. So they call me and I'd be like, I ain't answering.
No,
It could
two
be
wrongs.
important,
Two
kid.
wrongs don't make a right.
It could be
It
important.
makes a sort of right.
But you know what, Tish?
Wrongs don't make a right.
Because I used to call Dominique, very seldom. And but
We not mention names.
but you know how I get him. But when I text him, he answers me pretty good when I text him. But there was some people I called, they wouldn't answer.
Wow.
But they could call me 3:00 in the morning and
And
I'm
you'll
on.
answer.
the answer.
Yes, I said no. It may be important. I'm not going to ignore it, especially early in the morning.
Lady said 2 wrongs don't make a right, but sometimes it makes you feel good.
Oh, whatever. It does make you
I
feel
know
good,
she
but
tried
whatever.
to Tisha.
That's terrible. My
I
pet
love
peeve,
it. Go ahead.
my
Swan, what's your
pet peeve is people who I don't really know and they use terms of endearment. Oh, hon. Oh, sweetie. Oh,
You don't like that, Tawanda, for real?
that drives me up the wall.
I know someone uses it all the time on people like strangers,
Uh,
hard, and you can do this, dear.
yeah,
Sometimes it's condescending.
it is.
Sometimes
It
it
is.
is when people
Absolutely
do
is.
that and stuff.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yes. But people I know, I don't mind.
Then
But
you don't mind.
people who I don't really know and they say,
Yeah.
oh, you can do this, hon, or you can do this, sweetie. I'm like, what? I don't even know you. Don't use term of endearments with me.
But I guess they did it to you
Oh,
because they think you was just a girl. Because you kind of
Oh,
sure.
I can't. It just drives me up the wall. That's one of my pet peeves. What's your pet peeve, Tish?
I told you, lady said hers is always, hey beautiful, hey handsome to all the strangers. Hey beautiful.
That's a mess. That is a mess.
How
Oh,
about this? When it's
What,
always somebody, the blame game. Always somebody else's fault.
but
So
you know what?
I-
That's how you know that person have issues because they
Because
always
I
blaming
saw-
somebody other than
I saw an
themselves.
individual that was sitting on the bus, going on the bus ride, and somebody sitting like this, and the individual walked across this person and stepped on their foot. And guess what the individual said? Your foot was in the way.
That's trifling. That is trifling. That's what I was gonna say too. That's another pet peeve. When you at the theater and people got to get up and walk past you,
That's my pet peeve. When you're in church and the children walk past you and they don't say excuse me. I cannot stand when people don't say excuse me. And you know what? Sometimes I do, and it's not the God in me. That's not. It's that other part. It's that.
It's not the
Not
God.
It's
the God.
Tiffany.
Not that God. It's the Letitia part of it. And I just stand right there. And I'll be like in the grocery stores. Oh, I stand right there.
Come
and
on
I,
now.
oh, they're trying to get by and they don't want to say excuse me. And I just
They
stand
literally
right
pushing
there. And I'm like, and they get so close to you, and I'm looking at them, and I do not move. Don't do this.
And they say,
That's not right. That's not godly.
You make them say excuse me.
I make them say excuse me. Wanda.
Do you remember? Hold up, I gotta say this. Do you remember that time? Oh man, we were in a mall and we had one of our nieces with us. Remember that, Tish? Long time ago. And this lady literally hit me. Literally bumped into me and didn't even say excuse me.
Wow.
And all of the steam. This was before I was a minister, y'all.
But you're saying,
Wait a minute.
It's a difference between saint and minister, two different things. Go ahead, Tawanda.
You know how see the train whistle thing go off and all the steam come out the head. Ooh, all that steam came out of my head, and I turned around and just like, don't do it. God gonna get him. I said, get him now, God, get him now.
If you don't get him, Jesus, I'm gonna get him.
Oh,
I'll get him for you,
man.
Shame on y'all. Shame.
That was woo, man.
You know you weren't taught to be like that,
Mommy, but she literally hit me, literally bumped into
that was
my
okay.
back.
If she slapped you on the one side, turn your other cheek.
See, we don't act
We
like mommy.
resist
Can't
that
y'all tell we don't act like we don't know who we act. I think we act like I know who I act like. I know who you act like.
But you know what? Hold up. But
What?
you know what? Somebody was like, where do I get that from? Because I was like that since I was like 4 years old. Since I can remember.
You got it from this lady when we were at Walmart. I'm just going to say this is another pet peeve, right?
Okay.
And the people walk by, and you know the other persuasion walks by and everything. They don't ask for their receipt, you know. But as soon as you walk by them, they be like, "Excuse me, let me see your receipt."
Oh,
so
man.
this happened to me, you know, and I was with somebody. And the mommy and me was like, so they want to see the receipt. The person with me was like, come on, girl, you ain't gonna see our receipt. You ain't asking for that receipt. Come on, let's go, Letitia. They didn't ask for
God in them either,
the lady was like,
that's a mess. That's a whole
But you know what?
But you know what? It served her right, because you got it fair to fair. Fair to fair, Ma. If if you're going to ask for receipts from everybody, don't only ask. I'm gonna say it from the black folk and not from the white folk. Like it's like open the box. Let me see what's in your bag. All that kind of stuff.
Exactly. Right. Yep.
But let me tell you what I heard. That this guy was on the bus. He was a Caucasian guy, and the black guy was on it, and he just holding his stuff like this, but he gonna be
the Caucasian was doing it.
Yeah. And guess what? Somebody snatched his phone and ran off the bus, and guess who it was? A Caucasian man.
A Caucasian man took the Caucasian's phone
and ran off the bus. He was suspicious of the wrong person.
That's what I'm talking about.
Like you stuttering, you can't say Caucasian. Caucasian.
You don't think the Caucasian's gonna do it, and the Caucasians the ones. But lady said a lot of people don't know that Walmart is only supposed to check your receipt if you have an item in your cart that is not in a bag. Yeah.
Okay.
But you know what? Let's say this. The enemy works in everybody.
Yes,
all shades.
Caucasians, yes.
Black people, all of them. Yellow, all colors. Red,
yellow, black, and white. He works in all of them, all the same.
When I walk through the door to go, and I try to show them my receipt, but they won't look at it. Oh, that's all. You go ahead. Now, why they treat me different?
Wow.
Because you wear a long dress with
no, everything
because she doesn't care. Because she doesn't care.
Because they know she looks sanctified. They be like, we know you're not gonna steal nothing, miss. You look like a church goer.
No earrings,
Stop,
no
you don't know
jewelry,
what
no
I'm wearing to the
pants. You
store.
must
No
be
makeup, just a long dress.
You don't know what I'm wearing to the store. You don't be with me.
Yes, I don't have to be
You
with
know
you. That's
you
all you have. That's all you have in your wardrobe.
in baseball socks.
Right.
Oh man, they were like this woman.
They probably
not
want.
gonna
Did
get
you
rid
want
of
some?
me.
Do you want to shoplift some socks, miss?
But guess what? I feel good about myself. I feel good about myself.
They think they can read you, mother. That's why they don't say nothing to you. They think you can read. Oh, wait a minute. I have a pet peeve real quick. We have one more
All right,
minute.
go for it. Go ahead.
When somebody gets into the 10 items or less line with more than 10 items,
Oh,
it's like,
yeah.
are you?
You count them, Tawanda? Did you count them?
It's
She
like
probably-
20.
no,
Yes, of course.
Tawanda.
It's like 20 some. How you 20 items and it says 10 or less? Really?
I think she does. So
That
look,
is a
thank
mess.
y'all so much for tuning in to Chilling with the Girls. We put the Walk-a-Thon information back up there for you before we go off. It's October the 22nd from 8 to 12 at Lake Montebello in Northeast Baltimore. That's also near Morgan State University. We got the Giblify, Cash App, mailing address, give all kinds of ways. So thank you so much for tuning in. Have a great weekend, and we will see y'all next week. Take care.
We're looking for 1,000 walkers.
1,000 walkers.
1,000 walkers. We can do it.